What went into the decision to bring Blackburn back, and how do you intend to use him now that he's here?
Yeah, after what happened last night, where Haggy pretty much saved our bullpen, and for him to be able to finish that game, felt like we needed the length there, to protect some of our guys there. Um, you know, he was in Syracuse, or where they at, getting ready for a start tonight, earlier today. And we got a hold of him and kind of just presented the option. Like, hey, you want to just stay there and pitch, or you want to come back and be in the bullpen? And without hesitation, it's like, I'll come back. Says a lot about how much he wants to help us, and here he is.
Are you ready to talk on Saturday? McLean?
McLean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What went into that?
Yeah, look, like I said yesterday, that both of those kids were in the conversation. But at the end, we decided to go with McLean. But I think he says a lot about where Sproat is at in his development, to the fact that his name was in the conversation too. So, we just decided to go with him.
Mike?
Have you had a conversation with McLean yet, or will you wait till he gets?
Yeah, I'll wait till he get here.
And just kind of, what's your scouting report on him?
Yeah, there's a lot to like, man. We all see the pitch as the sweeper. Everybody talks about the sweeper, the mid-90s, the sinker, and all that. But he's the way he carries himself. I remember talking to Dickie Scott, our AAA manager, back, 6 weeks ago. Or, I talked to him pretty often, but his name always comes up, and it's just about, how he carries himself, like how he deals with adversity, like his ability to navigate lineups, the way he feels his position, controls the running. Like, there's a lot to like when you're talking to a manager and the people that's seen in, outing after outing, that you probably don't see with the numbers and what the computer will tell you. So I'm excited to have him here.
John?
Did you ever see him as a hitter? And is this pretty quick progress for a guy who just gave up hitting a year ago?
Yeah, I never saw him as a hitter. He wasn't even in big league camp, last year or this year. I met him, I think it was this year, for the first time. But I remember Andy Green last year telling me, I wouldn't be surprised if this kid helped you at the end of this year out of the bullpen. And this was back last year, when he was still hitting. And so those words stuck out. I was like, really, Andy? Like he was that high on him. Obviously understanding that there was a lot of development there. And now here he is, about to get an opportunity.
You did hear he was had pretty good power as a hitter.
Yes.
Is there any? Have you heard that he's sometimes called the Cowboy Ohtani? And would you ever consider using him as a?
Let's let him pitch, John.
Okay.
Mark?
Carlos, forget about his ability, but from the mental side, you're throwing this young kid in the middle of a pennant race against a very good team. How much does that speak to his mental makeup?
Yeah, I think you can throw Sproat in the conversation, because he's in the conversation as well. But back to McLean, we feel good with him going out there and giving us a chance to win baseball games. At the big league level, you're gonna be facing really good teams. Whether the Sierra Mariners, whoever. I mean, you're facing big league hitters. But credit to him that he put himself in this position, and pressure. There's always pressure. It's the big leagues, right? The biggest thing for us is just for him to go out there and be himself and have fun.
Laura?
Do you view this more as a spot start, or could it possibly be an audition for a more prolonged role?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't got that far. He's pitching Saturday, and we'll go from there. But talking to David, ideally we want to give these kids a chance. But everything's fluid.
Anthony?
You just answered my question.
Abby? Oh, sorry, Jerry.
Calling up a rookie pitcher like this, especially a starter, what do you think that can do for the team? Could it maybe inject some energy or enthusiasm?
Yeah, talk about it yesterday. I mean, he always helps, man. Every time you're able to call up, a prospect, whether it's a position player, a pitcher, the expectations here is help us win baseball games. And that's what we'll get from a lot of these guys. We saw it from Mark Vientos last year. We saw it from Acuna last year. Christian Scott last year. We're gonna need these guys, And shout out to player development people. They continue to put guys in position to whenever there's a need. There's a lot of there's not just one guy. There's there's options. So you got to be exciting. It's exciting times with what's going on with player development now.
Jerry.
Hey, Carlos, two questions. One, I think Nolan's high pitch count is in the low 70s for the year. Do you see him as a guy who can get you into the 5th or 6th on Saturday?
Yeah. Again, worry about today, obviously, and then, but I'm pretty sure we'll have the conversations with our pitching coordinator, and making sure that what's the right plan, what's the ideal, But as far as like limitations, help us win a baseball game.
Right. And as for Justin, how hard is it to have that conversation with him when he pitched so well for you, but that he's the obviously expendable guy because you can't use him for a few more days, right?
Yeah, not easy, but they understand. He's been through this before this year with us. He understands the role, and I think it's just more like hell of a job. You save our bullpen. Not only that, you help us win a baseball game, and he's done that for a few times now. But part of the business sucks, but he'll be back.
Front.
Carlos, Alvey was obviously with Nolan up there in Syracuse. Do you think that could help bring him along at all, the fact that he has familiarity with him as he gets here on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, there's, like you said, they're familiar with each other. Alvey caught him a few times down there, so I'm pretty sure that will help. But, he's here pitching at the big league game, so, but I'm pretty sure it'll help.
Laura?
Just is Mark Ventus okay? He hasn't been. I think he's only played in one game since August 6th.
Yeah, that's where we at. You got 4 guys that are playing well. Only nine can play. So it's a rotating spot. That's where we at. But he's fine.